This is the second part of chapter Stephen Hawking. When the time came to decide on his higher education, means when it was a time he had to leave the school and he has to go for the higher education, Stephen's father wanted him to attend Oxford University College, that is in Oxford, where he had studied too. Means from which college Stephen's father had studied, he wanted that Stephen Hawking should be studied in the same college, and that was Oxford University College. Stephen was keen to pursue his love of mathematics, and Stephen wanted to do his further study in mathematics because he liked mathematics. However, his father felt there was no viable future for the math graduate. But his father was against this thing because he thought that if a person is doing a maths graduation, then he has no any clear future. He wanted his son to study medicine instead, but at the place of maths, he wanted that his son should study medicine, that is biology. Biology, however, did not appeal to Stephen, but Stephen didn't like biology. So, beside this, the college had accepted Stephen, means he didn't have an interest. Then also, his father applied for his admission in the college, and the college accepted Stephen. It gave him admission, but it didn't offer a mathematics. But they didn't have a mathematics course at that time. So as Stephen got the admission, so as a compromise, he decided he would study physics. Means he didn't want to do biology, and mathematics was not offered by the school. So he decided that he would study physics. Again, financial restraints required him to apply for a scholarship. Again, they have a problem of the money for further school college fees, so they again have to apply for a scholarship. And this time Stephen gave the examination and received a near perfect score in physics, and he got good marks, or the near perfect score means the marks which are needed for a scholarship. He got that much marks, and at the age of 17, younger than many of the students there. Means in that examination which is held for the scholarship, many students had participated, and they were elder than Stephen Hawking, and Stephen was younger among them. He got the scholarship, and he started his undergraduate course at University College, Oxford. For the first year and a half, he was very unhappy. But in the first year of his graduation, he was not happy. He found, why he was unhappy? Because he found coursework unchallenging. He found physics unchallenging subject. He didn't have an interest in that subject, and even he didn't have many friends. But during his second year, he decided to make some serious changes. He decided to change himself, and what changes he took in himself, that are Hawking made more of an effort to be social. He started making friends, developing an interest in classical music, and then he started learning classical music and science fiction. The biggest change came about when he joined the boat club or rowing team as coxswain. Coxswain means the in charge of the boat. Means he joined the boat club in which he had to row the boat. Coxswain navigates meaning is give direction, or steer the boat means it handle the his job was to handle the steering of the boat and control the rower's stroke rate, and even he had to control the speed of the boat. Hawking was never athletically built, but the position of coxswain didn't require great physical prowess. Prowess meaning is power, as there was no rowing involved. And Hawking was not means he was not well figured, we can say athletically built, but as a position of coxswain for rowing the boat, it didn't require much physical power. So he was able to row the boat. He was able to move the steering of the boat. Stephen Hawking's teammates remember him as being very adventurous, and Stephen Hawking was very adventurous, means he tried new ways every time when they were going on a boat riding, steering the crew on to riskier courses. Because how he was making his rowing adventurous? By taking the crew crew meaning is group of other person who were traveling in the boat. He was taking the crew for the riskier journeys, means risky journeys. His popularity among his peers meaning his group of people with whom he was going, increased greatly due to his position on the rowing team, but his work often suffered. Means he became popular as a good rower in the boat, but due to this his education has to be suffered also. Due to a lack of preparation, Hawking found his final examination at Oxford a challenge. As he was always busy in the rowing the boat, so he was not well prepared for his exams. So it was challenge for him, the final exams at Oxford. To add to pressure, he had been accepted into the graduate course in cosmology at the University of Cambridge. He had applied for the graduation course in the cosmology, means where he wanted to study about the universe, and he had applied in the University of Cambridge. And at one side his final exams were there in Oxford University, and at the second side he was admitted in the University of Cambridge also. The burden increased. However, his acceptance depended on his acquiring a first class honors degree. As we had read that in the final exams he was not well prepared, but how he got the admission in Cambridge? Due to his final class honors degree, means his first year in the graduation of physics which he was doing at Oxford. And when his exam result came, and when the final exams result came in the Oxford, Hawking found that his marks placed him right between a first and a second class honor, means he got the more than the first class. Means his marks were average marks, and due to this he had to go through an oral exam, and then he had to, after written exams which he got average marks, he had to pass the oral exam as a viva. And according to his physics tutor, his physics tutor meaning his teacher, that is Robert Burman, the examiner were intelligent enough to realize they were talking to someone far cleverer than most of themselves, and he cleared that oral examination also. And Robert Burman, who was his physics teacher, he said that the examiner who had taken his viva, his oral exam, he was intelligent enough to realize that, means they realized that they were talking to the person who is cleverer than most of themselves, means he was cleverer than those examiner. Needless to say, Hawking received his first class and began studying at Trinity Hall, Cambridge in 1962. And after that, he cleared the exams at a first class, and he started his education in the cosmology at Trinity Hall at Cambridge in 1960. In the 1960s, cosmology, which is a study of the universe as a whole, was barely considered a legitimate field. Means in 1960, before Hawking started studying cosmology, at that time it was barely considered as a legal field. Means very rare people were there who were studying cosmology. It was one that interested Hawking nonetheless. Only the Hawking was a person who had studied about the cosmology. He chose this field over particle physics, and he stopped the physics graduation, or we can say after physics he had changed his path. At the particle physics is about study about the atomic particles, atoms, and at the place of studying about atom particles he had changed his path and he started studying about cosmology, as he was more interested in the theory of how things work, because he had a more interest to get the knowledge about how the things work. Again, Hawking had a rough start during his graduate course, and during his cosmology graduation again his starting was some difficult. This time it was because he found his mathematical training was inadequate when applied to his subject, because when he had to use mathematics in the cosmology, at that time he realized that whatever he know about the mathematics, it was not sufficient for the subject, especially general relativity and cosmology. Apart from this, he was disappointed that the universe had appointed Dennis William University had appointed Dennis William Skyma as his academic supervisor instead of the famous astronomer Fred Hoyle, and he wanted to complete his cosmology graduation under the guidance of Fred Hoyle, who was a famous astronomer. But at the place of Fred Hoyle, the university had appointed Dennis William Skyma, who would be his supervisor in his cosmology graduation. Skyma and Hawking, however, proved to be perfectly suited, as the student soon found out. But soon Hawking realized that Skyma and Hawking himself, they understood each other's point of view properly. His supervisor also happened to be one of the founder of modern cosmology, and after that he get to know that Dennis William Skyma, who was his supervisor, he was also the founder of modern cosmology.